With their lips, man, and their mouths do honor the Lord. Their hearts were as far from him.
That's right.
Read.
And their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
See, because the word tell you, bro, you can do whatever you want to do. You can act however you want to act. You can talk however you want to talk. You can be whatever you want to be. Except for what the Lord needs you to be. Except for what the Lord needs you to do. Except for how the Lord needs you to act.
Bring it out.
See, the world tell you, bro, you can spit in your God's face.
Bring it out.
And guess what you do? You happily oblige.
That's right.
You dive off in the deep end. You jump off willingly. Cannonball into the depths of darkness.
Bring it out.
Read, bro.
Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people. Even a marvelous work, and they wonder. For the wisdom of the wise men shall perish.
Shall what?
Shall perish.
Shall what?
Shall perish.
What about that social media?
Shall perish.
What about the movie industry?
Shall perish.
What about that music?
Shall perish.
See, man, the Lord said he gonna cast down all of these lies, bro. He gonna cast down all of these deceptions. He gonna cast down all of these things, bro, that you putting your time to that's becoming an idol. How you doing, brother? What's your name, man? Hey, no, just 2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes, bro. So, what's your name, brother, if you don't mind me asking? You said 18? Matthias, man, nice to meet you. So, I got a question for you. Do you believe in the Lord? You say, yeah. Okay, so, how do you display your belief in the Lord? You don't know? Okay, well, let me put it to you like this, right? You got a girl or a wife, right? You care about her?
Bring it up.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I mean by that. If you care about her, you show her through your actions, right? How you speak to her, how you deal with her, how you present yourself, how you present her to other people, how you speak, right? That shows that you care, right?
That's right.
But when it comes to the Lord, right? The Lord has requirements of us because we are his children.
That's right.
So as a child, we have requirements from our Father, right? So to show that you care, you're going to do it through your actions, right? So if the Lord need us to do or act or speak a certain way, we do, act, and speak that certain way.
That's right.
That's how we show that we care about the Lord. That's how we show that we love him. That's how we show that he means something to us,
That's
right?
right.
Because, read it again, bro.
Verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed. 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me.
Right, so your child come to you and say, Dad, I need this, that, and the third. But yet, they've been lying in the house. They've been tearing up stuff. They ain't been listening to what you need them to do. They just been flying off doing whatever they want to do. Are you going to give them what they asking for?
Bring it out.
After they displayed themselves as disobedient, as they displayed themselves as selfish, as they displayed themselves as someone that just don't care about what you got going on or how you trying to get things done, do you reward their disobedience with the things that they want? No.
That's right.
But yet, see, we call on the Lord in time of trouble. We call on the Lord when we trying to make something shake. We call on the Lord when we need things done. But we ain't did nothing the Lord told us to do.
That's right.
That's why I asked, do you believe? Because a belief is an action.
That's right.
Right? Give me Acts 14:21.
Bring it out.
Right on, brother. Hey, the word's still gonna come out. Hey, did you get a flyer?
Yeah.
Hey, check us out, bro. Real talk. Give us a call, man. You got it? Read that.
The book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse 21. Bring it out. And when they had preached the gospel to that city, and had taught many.
Hold up, is that what I want? 14:21. No, give me Romans. Give me Romans 14:21. That's what I want. Romans 14:21. Come on, sis. She ain't got 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes to talk about the Lord. If we was giving out Megan Thee Stallion tickets, right, you'll pull up, huh?
Or backwood.
Read that, bro.
Romans chapter 14 and verse 21. It is good neither to eat flesh, nor to drink wine, nor anything whereby thy brother stumbleth. Or
22, my bad.
verse 22. Hast thou faith?
There we go.
Have it to thyself before God. Happy is he that condemneth not himself, and that thing which he allowed.
See, man, when we calling on the Lord, bro, when we screaming out his name and we need these things done, bro, he say, happy is he that condemn himself not in the things which his flesh allow.
Bring it out.
You asking the Lord, bro, for all of these things, but you ain't did nothing he needs you to do.
That's right.
You ain't acted no way he needs you to act. You ain't displayed yourself with the characteristics of someone that is a God-fearing person. Someone that is embodying the will of Christ.
Bring it out.
But you let yourself fall deep and deep into the hole of darkness. But you expect the Lord to bless you. You expect the Lord to reward you in your infidelity. You expect the Lord to reward you in your fornication. You expect the Lord to reward you in your lies. You expect the Lord to reward you in your deceitfulness. You expect the Lord to reward you in your hatred. You expect the Lord to reward you in your malice. He say, happy is he that condemneth not himself in the things that his flesh will certainly allow. Read.
And he that doubteth is damned if he eat.
He say what?
And he that doubteth is damned if he eat.
He saying he that doubted. That doubt, bro,
Bring it out.
shows a lack of faith. That doubt
That's right.
shows you don't care. That doubt
Bring it out.
shows how selfish you are. That
That's
doubt
right.
shows that you don't give a damn.
That's right.
Because if you cared, you will follow the will of the Lord. If you cared, you would show the aspects of the Spirit of Christ. If you cared,
That's right.
you would let your light so shine before the world. If you cared,
That's right.
you will be a righteous man unto the Lord, a righteous woman unto the Lord. If you cared,
That's right.
you would display these characteristics.
That's right.
Read.
And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever he eateth not of faith. He eateth not of faith.
Say you eat of not of faith. You eat what the world put in front of you. You eat
Bring it out.
the lies. You eat the hatred. You eat the malice. You sop it up with a biscuit.
Bring it out.
Because the world tell you to disregard the will of the Lord. The world tell you all you gotta do is go out there and get the bag. The world tell you get it how you live. The world tell you all of these things that lead straight to darkness. All of these things that lead to doubt. All of these things that lead to heartache. All of these things that lead to pain, bro.
Bring it out.
You think the world give a damn about you?
Bring it out.
Bro, the world want your money.
That's right.
The world want your time.
That's right.
The world want your mind.
That's right.
The world wants your whole being so it can destroy and corrupt.
That's right.
The Lord is trying to give you life.
See.
Give me John 10. Read.
For whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
What?
For whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
Bro, how many of y'all right now out here walking around not realizing that you in sin because you have no faith in the Lord?
Bring it out.
Walking around in sin thinking that it's all just on you, that you did this, that you got this, that you.
That's right. See.
Bro, you putting yourself in a deeper hole because you're disregarding the word of the Lord.
That's right.
You are being taught the precepts of men.
See.
You're being taught the fear of God through men
That's right.
and not through the instruction of the Lord, man.
Bring it out.
Come around here, way. Come around this way, man. We're talking about the Lord, bro. You got 2 minutes, man. We're talking about God. Just 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes. You got faith in the Lord, brother? You do? How do you display faith in the Lord? You say, well, you can step up, brother. I can't hear you. By doing what he put us on this earth to do. So, what would that be, if you don't mind me asking? Go to Romans 13 and start at verse 8. If you're unsure, brother, that's fine. That's why we out here, right? This is what we out here to do. Stay where you at. Romans 13 and 8.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Owe no man anything but to love one another.
Say, do what, bro?
Owe no man anything but to love one another.
See, he say, oh, no man anything but love.
That's right. That's right.
If we were put on this earth to display that, a lot of us is falling short of our potential.
That's right.
A lot of us is falling short of our true purpose.
That's right.
Because this is how we show that we have faith in the Lord. This is how we show that we care. This is how we show that we give a damn.
That's right.
Read, bro.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
See, he say, for he that loveth one another is in fulfilling of the will of the Lord.
That's right.
You are fulfilling your purpose. You
That's
are fulfilling his will. Just like as a child growing up underneath your parents. When your mom or your daddy told you I need this, this, and this done, you went and got it done.
That's right.
That showed that you cared what they said meant something to you. That showed that you cared about them. That showed that you were obedient. That showed that you listened. That showed that you cared.
That's right. That's right.
For this thou shalt not commit adultery.
He say, through that love that you show unto another, you're not going to commit adultery.
That's right.
Read.
Thou shalt not kill.
He say, through that, you're not going to kill. You're not going to have that malice in your heart. You're not going to have that hatred towards another person in your mind, because when you do that, you immediately are committing murder.
That's right.
Read.
Thou shalt not steal.
Hold on. He say, through that love, you're not going to steal.
That's right.
Because the same thing, what you want done to you, you want somebody to do.
That's right.
You want somebody, if they going to show you love, you want to show love back to them.
That's right.
But if somebody steal from you, you ain't trying to get there, right?
That's right.
But see, that's what that love do. Y'all pay attention, man. This information for y'all too. Read.
Thou shalt not bear false
He
witness.
say, man, through that love, bro, that love is so powerful that you won't bear false witness.
That's right.
Meaning that you won't drag nobody's name through the mud just for clout. Meaning that you won't drag nobody's name through the mud just because you don't like them. Meaning that you're not going to lie on somebody or try to get them set up just because you got an issue with them. We say love will destroy all of that negativity, because think about it. How many people have lost their lives off of a false report?
Bring it out.
How many people have went to jail off of a false report? How many people world has crumbled to pieces off of somebody lying about them? Happens all day, every day. But see, the Lord say love destroys all of that. Read.
Thou shalt not covet.
Say what?
Thou shalt not covet.
See, man, when you have that love of the Lord, bro, you understand everybody has their own walk. The Lord deal with everybody how he needs to deal with them. What you have may not be what the next man have. What the next man have may not be what you have. You may have more here. They may have less here. They may have more here. You may have less here. But what you have, the Lord has given to you, and you appreciate it. Read.
And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
He say what, bro?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
He say, through this, love your neighbor as you love yourself. I got a question for y'all. Do you think that's positive, loving your neighbor as you love yourself? Okay. You love yourself enough to make sure you got what you need, right? So if you love yourself enough to do that, you're going to do that same thing for your neighbor. Right? If it's within your means to do it, right, you're going to do it. But see, how this world tell you is, if they ain't got it, they ain't got it. If they ain't got it, I don't know how you going to get it, because I ain't got nothing for you. See, the world tells you that, but the Lord just said, bro, that love your neighbor as you love yourself.
That's right.
Think about it. The world is literally set up where negativity can thrive. Think about it. When you look at your social medias, what get the most likes? What get the most views? Drama, fights, lies,
That's right.
foolishness. But let somebody start dropping hints of knowledge on how to build your wealth. Let somebody drop hints of knowledge on how to increase your health. Let somebody start dropping hints of knowledge on how to increase your knowledge of self. These things don't happen.
My son is 6. Bro, he's born in July. Like,
Come around this way. I'll speak with you, sis.
play with it, that is nice.
But what I'm saying is, when it say love your neighbor as you love yourself, you're gonna make sure these things are taken care of, because you love yourself enough not to walk out the house looking to fool, right? Well, if somebody you care about, you see them not looking right, you're gonna let them know. Say, hey, them shoes don't match that shirt, or nah, I don't think you should have put that color in your head, right? I'm just using these as examples. Y'all, I'm not speaking about y'all personally, right? Read.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
You say what?
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
Can you find any fault in love?
Bring it out.
Huh?
Bring it out.
What about you, brother? Can you find any fault in love? Right. Read.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
You say what?
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
See, y'all love the Lord.
Bring it out.
You love the Lord, sis? I see you shake your head, yeah. Do you love the Lord, sis? What about you? Do you love the Lord? What about you? You love the Lord? What about you back there? You love the Lord? Well, see, what I'm going over is these are things to show that you love the Lord.
That's right.
So these actions
Eyes up.
display that. Read.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
See, when they're saying that it's high time to wake out of sleep, see, this world tell you to speak contrary to what the Lord will.
Bring it out.
Case in point. What do you see on social media right now?
Bring it out.
You see brothers and sisters half naked. You see guns, you see dope,
That's right.
you see violence. This is the sleep that he's saying to awake out of. Think about it. If you displaying your body for the entire world to see, do you think you're gonna find a man that actually care about what you
Bring it out.
You think you're gonna find a man that actually care about what your favorite color is, that care about the things that make you happy? No. But yet you got Megan Thee Stallion, you got Cardi B, you got Nicki Minaj, you got Summer Walker, you got all of these different people that put in front of you through your social media, through your movies, through your music, that tell you this is how to rock. Use what you got to get what you want. But see, the Lord just said to awake out of sleep. How do you expect to have a truly happy life and progress if you think the people around you only around you because you got something to give them, or they only around you because they looking at you as a lick? See, the Lord is trying to tell you to awake out of sleep because this matrix got a hold on our people so hard. This social media got a hold on our people so hard. These are the role models that they give us and we follow willingly. Read.
For now is our salvation nearer than we would believe.
See, the Lord, bro, the Lord is trying to breathe life into our people.
That's right.
The Lord is reaching out to y'all right now. He's speaking to y'all right now. He's telling y'all, bro, it's time to wake up out of sleep.
That's right.
It's time. It's time to really open this book. Do y'all read y'all Bibles? Not often. What about y'all? No? Do you mind me asking why?
I think, me personally, I don't read it because I feel like some stuff is made up, some stuff like added, some stuff deleted. That's why I don't read it.
So, you go to school? You got textbooks, right? You read those textbooks for those classes, right?
Bring it out.
You don't read them? So the material that they give you, you don't study? You just go in there, you just take the test off a fly? Well, see, the same way how people look at this book, the same way you get user manuals, the same way you get books to explain math, physics, science, right? This is all information that's supposed to, right, gain knowledge from, right?
That's right.
But the thing about this is, when you read this, it's nothing talking about nothing but you.
That's right.
Because this book is literally your heritage book.
That's right.
This book is literally for you.
Teach.
Think about it. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 12 and 6.
Bring it out.
No, matter of fact, give me 6 and 7. Give me Deuteronomy 6 and 7. It's good. Is that what I want? No, read verse 5. Read verse 5. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I commanded thee this day shall be in thy heart. Shall be in thy heart.
See, when you're reading this, this is literally giving you the understanding from the Lord, because, case in point, if we're considered the children of God, right, that would mean the Lord is our parent, right, our father figure, right?
That's right.
So what is the responsibility of a child?
Teach. Wake them up.
If you're a child, your responsibility to your parent is to be obedient.
That's right.
Not only be obedient, but take the information, the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding that's being given and apply it to your life.
That's right. Teach.
Think about it. You've seen what happened when people apply the words of the world. You get brothers and sisters getting snatched up,
That's right.
sold off into human trafficking. You got brothers and
Bring it
sisters
up.
destroying and body modifications. All people,
Wake 'em up.
sisters is killing themselves just to get a BBL.
Bring it out.
Because that's what is hot. That's what social media tell you. That's what the world tell you. But the Lord made you to look the way you look. So are you saying that the Lord made a mistake? You see what I'm saying? See, the Lord say, bro, you are beautiful the way I created you, because I
Bring it
created you
out.
that way for a purpose.
That's right.
See, we supposed to reach and pay attention to the Lord, man. Give me Psalm 78 and 5. Stay where you at. Finish that out.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
See, that works of darkness, man, is leaning into all of the idol worship that we have. Like I was stating, you have your music artists, like you got Trap Boy Freddy, you got your Megan Thee Stallions, you got. Man, it's so many, bro, that you can be here all day naming all of these different people that are put in front of you for you to model yourself after.
That's right.
But think about it. These people that you seeing being modeled after, their life is upside down just like yours is. Some of them are in more depression than you are, and they got more to give.
Bring it out.
They got more to their name. They got more quote-unquote benefits, but they are worse off than you ever were.
That's right.
But these are the people that they want you to model yourself after. See, the Lord gave us all kind of history of our people on who did well, what happened to them, and who did wrong, what happened to them. Just like a parent, if a child misbehaves, what happened? When you don't listen to your mama, what happened?
Bring it out.
You don't listen to your daddy, what happened?
Bring it out.
You get in trouble, right? Whether she ground you, she take your phone, she whoop you, or whatever she may do to incite that correction, the Lord do the same thing.
That's right.
But see, what he do is, the stuff you think you want, he give it to you. And when you realize this ain't what you want, now you got to start fighting your way back to the Lord.
Bring it out.
This is why the Lord tell us, bro, to cast off that darkness.
That's
Read.
right.
And let us put on the armor of light.
Let us do what?
And let us put on the armor of light.
You know what that armor of light is? The armor of light is Christ.
That's right.
That armor of light is just like how it said, owe no man anything but to love one another.
That's right.
Because that love ultimately keep you from stealing. That love ultimately keep you from lying. That love ultimately keep you from treating your brothers and sisters, your neighbors, with ill will, with malice, with hatred. These are the same characteristics that your parents instill in you. Nowadays, when you walk by somebody, most of the time people don't even speak anymore.
Bring it out.
Just a simple, hey, how you doing? Or even if you bump into somebody, people just keep moving, don't even say excuse me.
That's right.
There's no sense of manners. There's no sense of respect. There's none of these things around anymore. All it is me, I. What I can do to get, what I got to do, what kind of, I'm chasing the bag, this, that, and the third. Nobody is chasing the Lord.
Bring it out.
Give me 1 Peter 1 and 21. Stay where you at. I got a question for y'all. Would Christ be a good role model?
Bring it
Like,
out.
would you look at Christ as a good role model? Somebody to, kind of model your life after? Okay. Read that.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 21. Who by him do believe in God. Verse 22, seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit.
Now, give me 2 and 21. 2 and 21. I always get them mixed up, 2 and 21. Yeah.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 21.
Bring it out!
For even here unto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us.
Right? So, what did Christ do that he suffered for us? All right? But why did he do that? For our sins, right? For us to have a way back into the grace of the Lord, right?
That's right.
So, would that not be loving your neighbor like you love yourself?
Bring it out!
Right? Because that's a selfless act. He cared enough to make it to where we have an opportunity to not be, pray for the darkness. Not to continue to see ourselves and our lives, bro, spiral out of control.
Wake them up!
Read.
Leaving us an example.
He did what?
Leaving us an example.
So what would be that example that he left us?
Bring it up!
To do right? What is to do right? Hold you at, go back to Romans 13 and 8. I'm gonna read it again. Romans 13 and verse 8. Because I gave you the answer earlier. Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 8.
Bring it out!
Owe no man anything but to love one another.
But to what?
But to love one another.
But to what?
But to love one another.
See, that's the answer right there. That's the example that he left. Read.
Boom. For this thou shalt not commit adultery.
Say what, bro?
For this thou shalt not commit adultery.
Because adultery would be considered a sin, right?
That's right!
Right? Read.
Thou shalt not kill.
That's a what?
Thou shalt not kill.
That would be considered a sin, right?
That's right!
Read.
Thou shalt not steal.
That's a what?
Thou shalt not steal.
Being a thief, that would be considered a sin, right?
Bring it
Read.
out!
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
So lying or having a false tongue, right? That would be considered a sin, right? Read.
Thou shalt not covet.
Oh, let me say what?
Thou shalt not covet.
That covet is a sin because a lot of our people, bro, case in point. It goes both with the thief. Cats out here jacking folks left and right, robbing folks chains off their necks, snatching people out their cars because they want what they have. But they're not trying to work to get it.
That's right.
Bring it out!
Coveting, bro, that puts a very ill spirit. A lot of people have lost their lives off of that.
That's right!
This is a sin because it brings more negativity into your life.
That's right!
It brings more darkness into your spirit. Read.
And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
See, this was the example that he left.
That's right!
Go back to 1 Peter 2. All right. Read it again, 1 Peter 2, 22.
The book of
21.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 21.
Bring it out!
For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example.
He did what?
Leaving us an example, that ye should follow his steps.
So those things that we just read, that loving a brother and sister like you love yourself, not coveting, not lying, not stealing, not having that hatred in your mind, because that
That's right.
ultimately is killing.
That's right.
These are the examples that he left us. He made it easier for us to reach out to the Lord and grab hold.
That's right.
Read.
Who did no sin.
Who what?
Who did no sin.
Who what?
Who did no sin.
Bro, like you said, that should be the perfect role model.
That's right!
Because he gave you the blueprint on how to do it.
That's right.
Some of us, it may be a little harder than others to really enact these things, but the beautiful thing about the Lord is 2 are better than 1.
That's right! That's
Matter
right!
of fact, give me that in Ecclesiastes.
T.
He's not going to put you in a situation, 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. He's not going to put you in a situation you can't get out of.
That's right!
You read that right quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9. 2 are better than 1.
You say what?
2 are better than 1.
Read.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
See, right now, y'all as a collective group, if anything go bad or if anything go on, y'all got each other.
That's right.
Because y'all love each other like you love yourself.
Bring it out, heat. Bring it out.
This is what the Lord is talking about. When you feel like you may be falling off, when you feel like you may be falling short, guess who there to pick you up? Your brothers and sisters around you.
That's right.
Your partners that's with you.
That's right.
The people you know that got your back.
That's right.
Read that.
Stay focused.
Bring it out!
1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that. Who will not suffer you. I'm sorry, Salaki.
Bring it out.
There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
He said the Lord is not going to put y'all in a situation where you do not have a way to escape.
Bring it out.
See, what the Lord wants to do, Sirach 2 and 1. What the Lord wants to do, he wants to make sure that you 100 about everything.
That's right.
This is how the Lord operates.
Bring it out.
This is how the Lord operates. Think about it. With y'all, the collective group that y'all have, if y'all knew that somebody wasn't going to hold their end, would you be around them?
Bring it out.
No. Well, see, the Lord is doing the same thing.
That's right.
The Lord is testing us to make sure that what we say with our mouth, we mean with our body.
That's right.
Right? Read.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
He say with that, he going to do what, bro?
Make a way to escape.
See, just like a parent, your parent is going to tell you, hey, this is what's going to happen if you do this. You jump off the porch, it happened to you. But they not just going to leave you out there flailing around in the deep end. Right? That's how the Lord operates. Read that right quick.
Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
He say, be ready.
That's right.
Be ready. Because I'm going to throw all kind of obstacles your way to make sure that what you say, because like I asked you earlier, all y'all said y'all love the Lord. Y'all care about the Lord, right? Well, he is going to put you through that test to make sure.
That's right.
Case in point. If you was going with somebody, right? They called themselves your man and you was their girl. And they said that they cared about you, but they lied to you. They cheat on you. They steal from you. They belittle you.
Bring it out.
Does that show that they care about you?
Bring it out.
No, right? That's opposite. Well, see,
right.
that's how the Lord is trying to get us to think. See, we say a lot of things with our mouths, but our actions truly show if we mean it. That's why he said, oh, no man anything but to love one another.
That's right.
Because that type of positivity opens the door for more things to happen.
That's right.
More good things. You may not realize it that you done made somebody's day just off of, you doing all right today?
That's right.
You may not realize you done brighten up somebody's day, bro, just off of simple conversation.
That's right.
Because a lot of us are going through things that we don't just openly talk about. But again, he say 2 are better than 1 because you have a good reward for their labor. See, now it's time for us to really start enacting that example that Christ left for us. We need to start putting that into play in our own lives.
That's right.
Read.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
He say to set your heart aright and constantly endure. It's time to pick up your book and really start reading. It's time for all y'all to pick up y'all book and really read. Because this information is very pivotal. I mean, this book right here, the Bible. The Bible.
That's right.
It's time for us, you dropped your money, brother. It's time for us to pick up this book and read.
That's right.
Read.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away.
They say to cleave unto the Lord and depart not away. That cleaving unto him is walking in the manner that he needs us to walk.
That's right.
Going back to Romans 13 and 8. Oh, no man anything but to love one another.
That's
Because that love is going to keep you again from committing adultery, committing fornication, from lying, from stealing, from killing, from bearing false witness. Right? It's going to keep you from jumping off that deep end of darkness.
That's right.
That's what I want. Read that right quick.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3.
This is why I'm trying to encourage y'all to read, because not only are you reading, when you read it, you implement these things, right?
That's right.
So when you read, you gain knowledge, right? So after you gain knowledge, how do you get wisdom?
Bring it up.
By what? I can't hear you, sis. The act of what? The act of knowledge. By putting into play what you learned. You gain wisdom through that.
That's right.
If you work a job and somebody trains you up on the position that you're working, you're learning that, right? Then after a while, they take the trainer away from you because now you've implemented the things that you've learned, shows that you have wisdom in the field that you're working in, right? Read it again, bro, from the top.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth.
Say, blessed is what?
Is he that readeth.
He says what?
Is he that readeth.
This is why.
Bring it out.
Not realizing y'all been blocking y'all own blessings because you haven't been reaching out to the Lord.
That's right.
Again, the Lord speak to everybody his way. And this is the Lord speaking to y'all, man. It's time to pick that book up.
That's right.
It's time for y'all to really seek this knowledge.
That's right.
How many of y'all have seen households or experienced it yourselves where nobody is there to tell you these things? Nobody is around to give you the game. Nobody is around to give you understanding. Nobody is around to imprint that knowledge on you.
That's right. That's right.
See, the Lord is giving us, matter of fact, Jeremiah 3 and 15.
Bring it up.
I knew I was going to come back to it. Read that right quick.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 15.
Bring it up.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge.
Hold up. He said he was going to do what? Read it again from the top, bro.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge.
With what?
With knowledge.
With what?
With knowledge.
What we're trying to give our sisters?
With knowledge.
What we're trying to give our brothers?
With knowledge.
What we're trying to preach to the world?
With knowledge. And understanding.
And what?
And understanding.
And what?
And understanding.
Again, what do you gain from that knowledge and understanding, y'all? Pop quiz. What you gain from the knowledge and understanding? Wisdom? Already, see? Just want to make sure we hear, because, again, he said the Lord is going to give you the ones you need to imprint that knowledge on.
That's right.
Y'all got any questions? I know it's cold. I know y'all been, moving around. I ain't going to hold y'all up much longer. But I just wanted to make sure y'all understand, bro. Y'all not out here by yourself.
That's right.
The Lord actually care about y'all.
That's right.
But y'all got to care about him. It's a two-way street. Already, man. Y'all jump into that Bible, man. Learn about yourselves, man. Real talk.
Right.
Y'all they give y'all a flyer? Y'all be safe out here, too. Y'all be safe. Already. This is why it's so important, man, for us to make sure that we are being examples. Yeah, Zeal did. Matter of fact, give me Matthews 5 and 13. Whoever get there. Whoever get there. It's cold, bro. It's cold, bro. Read.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
See, man, it's time for us to take up our mantle, man. Take up our responsibility. Take up our purpose, man, and be that light.
That's right.
Be the one that's gonna peer through the darkness for your brother. Be the one that's gonna peer through the darkness for your
That's
sister.
right.
Be the one that's gonna be that umbrella in the rain. Be the one that's gonna be that coat in the cold. Be the one, that voice of reasoning when all of the other voices around him is chaos.
That's right.
The voice of truth when all of the other voices are lies. Be that light. Read.
Is it this for thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out.
But to be what?
But to be cast out.
But to be what?
But to be cast out.
See, man, when we don't fulfill our purpose, when we don't live up to our potential, man, the Lord says to be cast out.
That's right.
Just like when you cooking, man, you realize that season is starting to get hard, it's clumped up, it's old, it don't taste right, you throw it away. Well, see, the Lord say, bro, if you're not fulfilling your purpose, bro, it's just, your spirit is just going to be like it's being thrown away. Read.
And to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world.
What is it, bro?
Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
See, man, it's time for us to take on that mantle, man. It's time for us to let our light so shine, man. It's time for us to stop hiding in the dark. It's time for us to stand up manfully, man. It's time for us to stand up and teach the young men how to be men. It's time for our sisters to stand up and teach these young women how to be women.
That's right.
Not how to be jack boys, not how to be hoes and harlots, not how to
Bring it out.
be sliding on ops. Bro, it's time for us, bro, to really take the word of the Lord and really implement it in our lives, man.
That's right.
Read, bro.
Ye are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick. On a candlestick. And give it light unto all that are in the house. And give it light unto all that are in the house.
See, man, we are supposed to give light unto all that are in the house, man.
That's
Every
right.
knee gonna bow and every mouth is gonna confess unto the Lord.
That's right.
We
Bring it
have
out.
to be the example to show them how to do it. We
That's
have
right.
to be the example to show them how to serve the Lord, man. How to live a righteous life. How to
That's
have
right.
positivity exuding out your pores, man. We supposed to be that example. Read, bro. John 10, start at 1.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
Bro, they're saying, man, that who do not choose to seek Christ, man, is cutting themselves short.
That's right.
Is playing the game crippled. Is trying to cook eggs without eggs in your carton.
Bring it out.
Is trying to play basketball without a basketball in your hand, man. Is trying to run a 100-meter without no feet.
That's right.
Read, bro.
But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep.
He said, man, those that enter in through Christ, bro, they have a way.
That's right.
They have a light. They have a passage. Read.
To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And the sheep hear his voice.
The ones that are implementing the example that Christ left, the ones that are following the example that Christ left, the ones that are putting these things into action in their life, man, they're following the verse of the Lord. How you doing, brother? How you doing? What's your name, man? What's your name, brother? You're my man. Amar. All right, man, nice to meet you. So, question, do you look at yourself as someone that, would say that they love the Lord?
What's the definition of the Lord nowadays?
You say what?
What's the definition of the Lord nowadays?
What I mean by the Lord, I mean by our Lord and Savior, Christ. Following after Christ, God.
You said Jesus or God? Which one?
I'm saying Christ.
God is my only Lord. Except Jesus.
Well, okay. I'm glad you said that. So, to get to God, right, you have to go through Christ. And this is why I say that. Start from verse 1 again. Read 10.
Verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice.
So we about to explain what that door is and what he's meaning, right? Read.
And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him.
So it's going into, Lord, Christ being our shepherd, right? Being the one to guide us, because God sent him here as an example to show us that we can walk a righteous life.
That's
That
right.
it can be done, right? As that
That's
example,
right.
right? That's why he said he's a shepherd and we are the sheep, because we follow his example, right?
That's right.
Okay, you following with me? Okay. Read.
And the sheep follow him.
In the what?
And the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. This parable spake Christ unto them, but they understood not with the things that which were he spake unto them. Then Christ said to them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
You say what?
I am the door of the sheep.
And what he's meaning by he's saying he is that door, that's how we access the Lord.
Bring it out. This is what I'm saying. Right?
Talk to me.
All right. Jesus was born a man, right?
Yes.
Okay. So would that make him human?
Yes.
It would? Okay. Do I consider any other human my shepherd?
Do you consider any other human your shepherd?
Any other human?
Well, what do you mean by do you consider any other human your shepherd? Because false idols.
Right? No, many of them have. Nowadays, a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't look at Jesus as false idols. I don't. But I do look at Jesus as an example of what we are supposed to do. We as humans.
I'm following
Right?
you.
But to sit there and say, that's my God, can't. Because he was born. It's like looking at another human being and saying, you are my God because you are preaching the message. There's somebody else.
So
I look at that as
I
kind of contradictory.
get what you're saying, but when it comes to, and when I say the Lord, I'm meaning Christ at this moment. When it comes to the Lord, right? He started off as what?
What did you start off as?
As that spirit, right?
The spirit. Okay.
As the spirit,
Okay.
right? Now that spirit was put into that flesh, right?
Right.
Now that flesh walked the earth, yes, and was showing us that the instruction of the Father, the commandments that he set before us, can be followed, right? So it's not saying that you're following him as your Lord. What it's showing that you're letting him, be that guidance.
That's a level above what we think. And I understand
Yeah.
that, right? But he also showed that there was a level above him as well. Right?
You have God, you have Christ,
Him as well.
you have man, woman, and child.
I don't like the, how do I explain it? I don't like the non-discernment between the two, because people tend to misconstrue it and say Jesus and God are supposed to be the same thing.
Muddle the line. I know what
In
you
my
mean.
opinion, I don't think that's the same thing. You understand? I feel like those are two completely separate aspects of life. God is God. Jesus is Jesus.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? So when I sit there, can I sit there and say you wrong and say, oh, Jesus is an example? You know what I'm saying? He's the guy? I can't say that. But to sit there and say that's the my Lord.
I get what you're saying, but we're using these terms because these are the terms that were used for him, right?
Yeah.
Because
But when we talk about that was written by some other humans.
well, if we look at it like that, all of the literature and books that we have was written by man.
Thank you very much. So who's to say what's right and what's wrong?
So I got a question for you, and to answer that question with a question, right? When you read this, because I'm pretty sure you've looked into it, right?
Yeah.
What you've read, does it resonate with you?
Pieces.
Pieces.
I can say pieces.
The reason why I ask that is because a lot of us fail to really grasp the concept that this book is actually our heritage book. Because we are the children of Israel. We are the children of promise. This is our heritage. This shows us examples of how we act, whether it be good or bad, the consequences for those actions. We live those same consequences every day through our actions, whether we adhere to it, whether it be the laws of the Lord or the laws of the land. Our consequences are either you go to jail, you lose your life, or so on and so forth, whatever the punishment may be or reward may be, right? This resonates with us because this is for us.
If I was to sit there and say the Bible is incomplete, would you say I was lying?
The Bible, this right here, yes, it's missing books out of it, yes.
Okay.
I'm with you.
How can I put my all into something that's incomplete?
I got you. But there's a way of completing it. What you got? Go ahead. That'll work. Go ahead. Go. You can pull it. How y'all doing, sis? Well, no, we dialogue. Because the reason why I even went to John was to show the example of why we consider him that shepherd, right? Because without guidance, shalom, brother, without guidance, the world just gonna continue to downhill into the fire, right? Were you privileged enough to have a father figure in your life?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And see that, and that's why I went there, because in essence that's a father figure. Show us right from wrong, make us think, make us use our mind, right? Because you've heard the saying, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime, right? Well, see, the Lord is trying to teach us how to fish through His example.
That's right.
Go, get what you got.
If something is wrong today, does that make it wrong 10 years from now?
If something wrong today, does it make it wrong 10 years from now? Well, what are you considering wrong, right?
That's the question.
Because if it's outside the will of the Lord,
All right. Does the Bible speak on murder?
it speaks on murder.
All right. Would that mean murder is right now?
No, the Lord tell you not to kill.
But the Lord kills.
To be a perfect God, you have to have what? Or to be perfect, you have to.
You can't be perfect. That's the problem.
You can't be. That's what the whole concept of that was the whole concept.
Jesus could be.
Give me what's that? Deuteronomy 18.
But we as humans,
We can.
we can't.
We can.
That's why I say Jesus was the example, right?
Well, this is the thing. We can be perfect. You're not gonna be perfect out the gate. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes work.
Bring it out.
Think about it. If you're gonna be the best at your job, right? The perfect employee, you're not gonna wake up in the morning and be that perfect employee. It take time. It take work. It take effort.
That's right. Wake up, bro. He's a perfect employee.
I'm just using that as an example, as an analogy. So, but this is the thing, right? We
To put the label of perfection on a human being now is like that's not.
Well, I'm not saying any of us out here are perfect, but we're working to that. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It may not be possible in our lifespan. Yeah. But see, what we're saying that it's not possible is literally putting a limitation on the Lord, saying that it can't be done. Yeah, because we brought that upon ourselves through our actions.
Which keeps us from being able to achieve said perfection.
Is that what I want?
Those limitations.
Yeah, read that right quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. For these nations which thou...
It's going into by us putting ourselves in the other nations. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish that, and then I got you. But yeah, but the Lord, when He's commanding us to be perfect, He's saying that we can do it. Now, yes, in our lifetime, it may not be achievable. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't hurt to put it into action, right? Because where you at? Go back to Romans 13 and 8, right? And I got you. Go ahead.
So when you said we working on for us to be perfect, I told him, I was like, he right. It's because what's going on is in reality is other people that's painting pictures that's not true to us black folks.
Yeah.
And y'all trying to get us to wake up.
Yeah, exactly. Just
To come to reality on
critical thinking. Because if we don't use this, we're going to continue to get lied to.
That's right.
People going to continue to pull the wool over our eyes. We're going to take things at face value instead of ask questions. Right? Because the Lord gave you a mind for a reason, not to be a dummy.
That's right.
The Lord gave you a mouth to ask questions so you can understand.
That's right.
He wants you to gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? Read that again for verse 8, right?
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 8. Owe no man anything but to love one another.
But to what?
But to love one another.
See, in essence, this creates that perfect world.
That's right.
But, like you said, a lot of people either not willing to do it. Some people are incapable of doing it.
It's the fact that people are capable. People understand. That
What I mean by incapable, I'm meaning every choice. Every choice comes from here. It starts here. It starts here. Read that.
Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7.
Bring it out!
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
It does what?
Converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Does what, bro?
Making wise the simple.
See, implementing the teachings of the Lord or putting into
Bring it
play
out!
the correction and understanding that
Bring
He
it out!
gives us is what in turn help make us that perfect being. Like
That's
you said,
right!
and like you said, in this lifetime, it may not be achievable in this lifetime, but we still got to work for it. You know, ain't nothing wrong with trying. Because again, by us trying, it shows that we actually care. It shows that an effort has been, because we like to let negativity and bad aspects really run rampant, right? But positivity, already, brother. Hey, did they give you a flyer? Give us a call, man. Pull up. That, you know, we've all heard the saying, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar, right? But that's what the Lord trying to do. Right? Read, bro.
Matthew chapter 22 and verse 36.
Bring it out!
Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Christ said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment.
And through that, it's through our actions, right? Like you said, it doesn't hurt to try, right? Read.
Verse 39, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
And through the implementing of those things is what lead us back into that perfect being. Now,
Very doable.
Not doing
it
With this limited lifespan, man, it's not doing
it's what I
The attempt is very doable. But to actually implement it is impossible.
you can implement it, brother.
I'm talking about the protection.
I'm about to say, you can implement it, but at the end of the day, like you said, our lifespans are too short to complete it.
It's already a limit.
But what the Lord want action. He want effort. He want attempt, right? But not just the attempt, consistency. Because you can attempt it, but just after that one attempt, you can say you attempted.
Be real. You can be consistent with no heart.
You can be consistent with no heart. You can be consistent with a lot of things and not care about it.
Exactly.
But this go back to Romans 8. Go back to Romans 8. Romans 13 and 8. Read it.
Owe no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
When you do those things wholeheartedly, you can't refute it.
Bring it out!
Because it automatically, you're not going to lie to somebody.
That's
You're
right.
automatically not going to bear that hatred in their mind or physically kill them. You're
That's
not
right.
going to lie to them. You're not going to treat them. You're not going to cheat on your wife or your husband. You're not going to have that fornication or adultery. You're not going to do these things because your spirit is showing that I care enough to implement what the Lord is telling me to do.
Innocence.
You see what I'm saying? So, and what was your name again, brother? Amari. So, that's in essence what we doing, man. Trying to get our people to think and change aspects of their spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to force anything on anybody. I'm just trying to plant seeds so they can open this and read or go and do research on their own. Because at the end of the day, the Lord, you know, every man got his own walk.
Bring it out!
You can choose to love the Lord or you can choose to love darkness. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we out here. You got, yeah.
If something is bad now, could it be considered bad 10 years from now? If something good today, could it be considered good 10 years from now?
And when you look at it like that, it got to be in the concept of of what the Lord considers righteous and what the Lord considers darkness.
That's right.
Because if you're trying to live your life according to the Lord,
That's where I went back to which Lord are we talking about?
and what I mean by the Lord, I mean the instructions of God.
That's right.
That's right.
What He gives us. Because Christ showed us the example that what we need to do and how we can do it, right? But the instruction comes from God.
That's right. The instruction was written by man.
Through the inspiration.
Millennium. That's not something that they, this ain't even the, how do I explain it? This is not, what's the word for that? Verbatim what was written originally, right?
I get what you're saying.
Like the telephone game. You say something to one person, by the time it gets
But
to
it's something completely different.
Right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Positive, that's not what was written.
I get what you're saying. But this is the thing, brother.
You think it is?
This is the thing. Go back to Romans. Go back to Romans 14 and 22. Right? Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 14 and verse 22. Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before God?
Because at the end of the day, it all hinges on faith.
That's right.
It all hinges on faith. Because people have fought wars over faith. People have killed many of your brothers and sisters off of faith. You see, but what I'm bringing that as bringing that up as, you know, at the end of the day, every knee gonna bow, every mouth gonna confess to the Lord, right? So your faith in that, dictates the overall outcome. Because finish it out, read it from the top again.
Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before God. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he allowed.
So what it's saying when you say happy is condemneth not himself in the things which he allowed, it's going back to that either you're gonna follow the Lord or follow darkness. The works of the flesh are running rampant. Right? He say happy is he that does not let himself fall privy to the works of the flesh, because the works of the flesh is that lying, the works of the flesh is that cheating, the works of the flesh is that killing, the works of the flesh is destruction.
That's right.
Not only for yourself, because some history a lot of history has been rewritten.
Religion is based on
Religion is another thing that is being used as a confine. I'm with you. But all I'm trying to do is implant that seed, right? And brother, what I'm saying you already know. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying you already know. And like I said, I'm not here to try to force anything on somebody, but at the end of the day, just planting that seed, right? And the Lord gonna do with you what will or whatever faith that you have is, So, but that's what I'm getting into. That faith, they say, have it to the Lord, right? Read.
And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. Whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
See, without that faith, we ultimately dive deeper into those works of the flesh, right? Which lead us into sin, which leads us into breaking the commandments of the Lord, or in essence, when he say, love the Lord with all our heart, with all our mind, with all our spirit, with our every fiber of our being, and love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Without that faith, we ultimately mistreat our neighbor. We mistreat ourselves. We mistreat the people that we say that we love.
That's right.
And
It's like it's a possibility.
Well,
But it's not 100% certain.
that's what I'm saying. The Lord is trying to make it plain and clear for us to understand the choices we make have consequences. Right?
That's right.
Matter of fact, give me what's that? Deuteronomy 30 and 15. Is that what I want?
Bring it up.
Let me see. Yes, that right there. Give me that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil.
And that's going back to those choices, right? Whether we listen or whether we don't. At the end of the day, we have a choice to choose life or we have a choice to choose death. But on that, I'm